Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Chall, and today Chall chats Drfc daily reports, bringing the latest news on Doncaster Rovers Football Club. Now, today's video is all about what do we need to do for the rest of the transfer window. We've got 7 signings done. I'd probably say we're the busiest football club in the top 5 divisions of English football. We've made 7 signings and the window's been barely open a week. So what do we need to do for the rest of this window? Well, we know for a fact that Lavery and Griffiths have both been transfer listed. We know that a couple of our younger stars are going to be loaned out after pre-season. But what do we need to do to really shore up that depth for the rest of the season? So before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to never miss a YouTube video. Check out the rest of the content that's already on the channel. We've got a video from Busch Gardens Tampa from yesterday. We also have loads of content coming up. We've got 2 big streams on Thursday from the Carabao Cup draw, the Papa John's Trophy draw, and also the fixture list and my reaction to that. That'll be 2 live streams live on Thursday the 22nd of June, so please do check them out. Also, guys, please make sure you're staying tuned for the rest of the content coming up over the next few months. And for now, guys, let's get straight into this. Let's first of all go through what positions I think we need to be looking at in terms of if there's any more acquisitions we need to make. So first of all, a centre midfielder. I think with Ravenhill looking to be loaned out, you've got Close and Bailey as your defensive midfielders. Obviously, Bailey can cover at centre-back as well. You've also got Westbrook, Biggins, Rowe, Broadbent, and then you've got Ravenhill being loaned out. So you'd have 2 midfielders either side, then you've got your 2 sort of defensive midfielders, should we say, in that 4-3-3 setup. So I would look for a creative midfielder, someone who could give relative game time and relative competition and strength in depth to the centre midfield positions. I mean, to be fair, you could make a case for a sort of, you know, number 6 that can compete for a spot with Close and Bailey, but at the same time Bailey can cover at centre back as well as centre defensive midfield, so you'd think we'd be okay in that particular role. So I think another creative midfielder to really give competition to the likes of Broadbent and Westbrook and Rowe and Biggins. And to be fair, if need be, Broadbent can try and slip into that centre defensive midfield role if needs be, or we'll push that CDM role forward a bit into like a 3rd central midfield role. A little bit more advanced maybe of the other 2, or around the same kind of level, have like a flat 3 midfield at times. So there's different alterations and ways of doing it. But I think that's definitely a position we need to be looking for in terms of any more signings. I think that a creative midfielder, someone who can link the play well, someone who can really create opportunities and really bring that creativity into the side, along with the creativity we've got already in that midfield. Now, next up is a winger, either side. There's no preference; it can be either side. We brought in Taylor Roberts not too long ago. Really love that signing. Really high potential. Few people expected him to go to a League One club, so we're very surprised but very excited for Doncaster fans, including myself, about this particular signing. He's a very exciting player. And then you put him alongside Taylor, Molyneux, Hurst, and then you see Degroochi and Kulea, who's probably going to get loaned out. So you loan out those 2, and let's say you put Taylor on the left-hand side and compete on that left-hand side. Imagine you'll have Hurst and Taylor on the left-hand side, Molyneux and Roberts on the right-hand side. So you probably need a winger to be able to cover either side and really provide strength and depth and competition again for either side. That would be the goal with this particular winger signing, permanent or loan deal. Someone to cover either side, someone who can play either side, and someone who is just as good to be match start and match ready, because that's what Grant McCann wants in a loan deal, if it is to be a loan deal. He wants someone who will be ready, will be match fit, match ready, match start, match ready, and can come in to start, come in off the bench, come in whenever he's needed. And finally, a striker, with Jack Goodman probably going to be loaned out no matter what. I think having just Miller and Ironside is just suicide at this level. Ironside, yeah, physical enough for League 2, has done very well in the past in League 2, won promotion from the level before, come down from League 1, quite a high profile move for League 2. 3-year deal as well, so it looks like he's the guy we want to build around up front. George Miller, in terms of his physicality last year, I didn't think he was up to scratch overall. I thought his pace and his work rate and his pressing ability was spot on most of the time, but I think his physicality just needed that little bit of work and that little bit of improvement. So I think Miller, needs to improve on that, and he'll learn off Ironside. But I think in terms of a particular striker, I think you're looking for a similar mould to the striker we brought in, Ironside. But I would like to see a younger striker. I'd like to see a teenager or a 20-year-old or someone of that ilk, either on loan or permanently, to really not just provide competition, but also be that long-term project to really build around. Of course, you are going to have different varieties of strikers, and it's always good to have something different. So, even though I'd like an Ironside type striker of a younger age to be able to learn and develop, I would also be looking at other types of strikers that would work in Grant's style, like pressing forwards, like a George Miller type forward that we can learn from, and could bring a lot of long-term longevity, should we say, if that's even a word, to the squad. So that's the three positions I'm focusing on today. Centre midfield with a creative midfielder, a winger either side with pace, technicality, has an opportunity to break into the starting 11 straight away or almost straight away depending on other circumstances, and also a striker either of an Ironside type or a Miller type, either a target man with a bit of build-up play about him, physicality, or a pressing forward that may need to improve on physicality, but has definitely got the work rate, the pressing ability, the pace up front, the runs off the shoulder, etc. So there's some varieties of signings there, but let's start off with centre midfield, and let's start off, and by the way, for this particular video, I've done 3 signings per position. And it could be a range, it could be 2 loans, 1 permanent, 2 permanents, 1 loan. Could be any type of variety, but it would be 3 signings per position. So let's start off with centre midfield. So we kick off in centre midfield with 19-year-old Andre Brooks of Sheffield United. He's primarily a left-footed player. Now this guy loves to break forward from the midfield. He influences games at the top end of the pitch, so you'd expect him to play in that advanced centre midfield role, so you'd expect him to be on the left-hand side, so you'd probably say Rose side. So to be fair, when I started building my kind of squad up and trying to build my squad builder, I did have Rowe, Broadbent on that left-hand side, so you'd be expecting him to compete with Rowe and Broadbent, but he can do a job on the right-hand side of the centre midfield with Biggins and Westbrook on that side if need be. He has great flair. He's pretty much an Ndiaye type player. He's been compared and confirmed to like a Iliman Ndiaye type of midfielder, and he's got an aura about him on the ball, and I think he's a great showman on the ball, and I think he's the kind of midfielder you want to get bums off seats, kind of like Tara Roberts on the wing from Wolves on loan. I think he's the kind of guy that's going to get bums off seats and get really people excited about how he plays. Now the second midfielder is Nico O'Reilly of Manchester City, and again another loan deal. A skillful midfielder, a real sort of number 8 or number 10 type midfielder, so I think that again either left or right hand side of that centre midfield in the 3 would work very, very well. Never a deep player. I think he's a more advanced player, absolutely. He's dynamic on and off the ball, operates in a number of different attacking positions, deployed as a central attacking midfielder, decent technical ability, great pace, slots into pocket of space very well, so overall a great attacking player. As a permanent option, Alex Pattison, a counter-attacking midfielder who scored 18 times and contributed 12 assists in 86 appearances for Harrogate. He gets into goal-scoring positions from midfield very well, great creativity, carries the ball well, a decent dribbler, gives his all every single game, so a real, powerhouse of an attacking talent. Now then, on the wing, first of all, loan deal, Amario Cozier-Duberry from Arsenal, skillful, determined, excellent close control, great touch, great technique, comparisons to Saka in terms of his low centre of gravity, ensuring it's difficult to knock off the ball. He could cut inside, bend shots, he's a penalty taker, so he's a set-piece specialist in that particular area. Another option is Mebude from Man City, good pace, accelerates down very well on the wing, aggressive attacking style, plenty of potential, technically very impressive, 11 goals and 13 assists in 26 Premier League 2 games, starting 85% of them. That's very impressive and a guy with huge potential. The permanent option is Stuart McKinstry, leaving Wolves out of contract, young star, pacey, technically brilliant, creates chances well. Plenty of potential, long-term project, time in the Scottish Premiership this season with Motherwell, with 10 starts in 22 games, 4 goals and an assist. Definitely someone to keep our eyes on. And finally for strikers, on loan, Robbie from Rangers, 21 goals and 10 assists in 43 appearances for the B team, as well as little stints in the first team as well, including the Scottish League Cup. He can hold the line well, target man, learning from Ironside, works well in goal scoring situations, prolific at youth level, senior lone contested physicality, already rated very highly in the Rangers Academy. We've got 2 permanent options though. First of all, Bryan Fiabema of Chelsea, Norwegian descent or Norwegian citizenship, promising, highly rated, intelligent, capable of leading the line, experience abroad. He's experienced relegation with Forest Green, which could develop his drive to succeed. Also as a permanent, Rob Street from Crystal Palace, on loan at Shrewsbury last season, scoring 4 assists in 1 in 38 in the division. Previously been on loan at Newport in League 2. Highly rated target man, good attitude and a work ethic reportedly, and another one who could develop very, very well under McCann and Byrne. So there's just a few options there from each position. What are your thoughts? Comment down below, and for now, I'm the CHALL. Ta-ra for now.